Hi everyone, it's time for Mindseye. We're going to go ahead and get started. It is live with Jen with Peck, second meeting reading. It really is like an open questions. It's really anything. We're going to see what we're going to pick up on. We haven't done it in a while. We're trying to get back on track after some things. Just normal things going on. But with that being said, let's go. Now, you know, we've been talking about this all week about Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, and what is really going on. And they're talking about a spider bite right now, but I'm still really like as a psychic, like highly in tune about like the way that rooftop is about the pool. And when I go in, and I have to say, there's something else in there going on. I have to say there's something else like to it. So, looking at more like news, I mean, let's try to pick up a little bit of current events right here. Let's do this. It really is like kind of odd. But we'll go right to it. All right. I mean, we have the Olympics. We got like a couple other things. Like, I feel like this is like important right here. It's called time imprint. Let me go to this and do a screen share. All right. Oldest handheld wooden tools of our ancient artifacts preserved in mud mystifying archaeologists. So, I mean, I'm a little bit drawn to this. So let's actually like look. Stone Age dog buried 5,000 old dagger in Sweden. So, typically, when they pick individuals or loved ones or pets or anything like that with wood, it means that they were in type of like a hostage, like a detail. And when you actually see this, and this dog was buried with wood, I'd have to say there was something like with it. And when you actually see it with it, you have to say there was something else to it, to the number two. And when you actually see it to the number two, you can't even boo it. So there's something like afterlife and ghosting down to like all of it. And it's stuff right there. So I feel like there's like a lock, a block, or like a protective block, like an ancestry block. There's something like really odd, really odd. It's really not bringing up much, but I mean, I really can't really see yourself with it. So when I'm looking at the petrified wood actually means something was highly detrimental. It usually means high-end witchcraft, and high-end witchcraft actually comes in like through it. And when you come in through it, and you can't even do it, and you can't even boo it, you can't even sue it, you can't even get a GIE, which means you can't even get like any ordinance. And they did have ordinance back then, even 5,000 years ago. So I'm looking at it, and it really does look like black powder on a petrified, at least from the way that my eyes are as a psychic. It really looks like you can see right here on the way that the cracks are that you can't actually do like a type of curse. So that black, so you can't do a curse with that animal. And then when you look at it, it was to crack stone. So they were going to try to crack bone. There was something hostile, detriment in that area. So when you actually do like a file on through like any type of like investigative matters, you're actually probably only get like maybe larceny. So when I actually see it, I go, preserve my wet environment. Yep. So that is what I feel they were saying, like wash the waters to a degree. I don't feel like it was this actual flooding, but it is a flooding. So I'm just looking at the way that the cut is. Well, unknown, they definitely were highly gifted. this individual, whoever did it, is definitely warlocking. I can see the energy of it. I don't see high priestess. I don't see witch. I don't see anything like that, and I don't see like a go on through it. All right, literary witches oracle. Let's go to stop sharing. Let's like look at it. Sorry, I'm like right in your face. Okay. Okay, so it's saying about that story about the dog and the petrified wood that it was like opposing views. It was like a riff. It was something about subject matter. It was something of like they actually boiled it down. Oh Lord, I look like sorry. I was out shoveling today. It is heinously cold up here in the Northeast and snowing. And it, they did a trick on this person. That's what they're saying. They literally did a trick. Now, when I look at this and I see it was heavily guarded about this protection, I'm seeing obscurity, like we talk about on every Tuesday. No, there's something about the body. They're showing me the arms of the animal owner. They're showing me heavily guarded, like um, like a funny bone. Okay, so basically, what this was is this keeps coming out. I swear to God, I'm shuffling more. There we go. Bravery. They were bravery. They're doing a cut. I'm seeing the knife of the individual with that animal. I'm seeing they had a bad dream prior to subconscious. When I see this, it was part of history in that area that happened. It was silent growth of that crime. It was something you saw like a vision, almost like a psyop. When I see this, and I see heavily devoted to like protecting the area after on Team Venture, like they were a little riled up. Like they were willing to actually do on you. And when you do this and you see it caused a little bit of rebellion, it was pretty bad. When I see this and I see you're isolated, it was something of like a gift given. When you see this, it had like a coin, like a gold coin. I'm seeing like divinational gold coins. They kind of changed into something that was not usually with them in the community. And your confirmation, it is like transitions, reality, grief. When I see this, there is like faded. When I see this, it's pond. When I see this, it's endurance. When I see this, it's volcano. When I see this, it's like the intellect. To like when I see rabbit, there's something about like we can't even get the words out for rabbit until like it like erupts abruptly about looking out and they go like someone who like they suddenly come and they pop off and like they black out and like, they popped off and that when I see this it was like flight known, flight unknown. They're working together guys. But I don't see an actual working together towards that view. So we'll leave it right there. So let's actually see what the universe wants us to know for the rest of the day. All right, animal spirit oracle. All right, something locked There's something about this. There's something about fetish. There's something about like no, it's something about where you can't actually like do a 2 on 3, and you can't even do a 2 on 3, and you can't even do a lie. There's something of a jackal. There's something of like known instance. It's been lurking about like the symbolism of a bear. Like don't wake the bear. There's something about a lamb. There's something about because I'm seeing, like I said, like Skinwalker Ranch, but it really isn't. And when you see it, it it's like Orioles. It is Seminole. It is ours to actually see you. When I actually do this, I go, there isn't anything of it. When you see this, you go, mastery, strength, dragon. When I see this tarantula, it like there's something odd about this. There's something about a vulture and then peacock. You're like, you're just saying the animals, Jennifer. I know. But when I'm looking at it, it's all symbolisms, like totems. Like who's the bear? Who's the bat? Like I feel like it came in hard and stuff. Now, when you actually do this and you go mouse, like you can't go to it and you can't contain it, but you can be about it. There's something of old lore coming in, and it's normal, 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 normal. When I see fish, I actually see this like old Oriental today. All right, there's something about this, about dream time, paying attention to dreams. I mean, it really could and can be about like ways that you could do this, but dream time, moon cycles, something about moon cycles. Again, this is coming out. There was a partnership, there's a marriage. There's something about like forgiveness. There's something about like you gotta forgive this. Like old, like highly drawn to sites. It wants us to know, like that's all the like I can't even get the word. The energy and the answers are coming out to is pay attention to Nancy Guthrie. Really hard and bad. When you see this and you go light language, you won't believe who it is. Fifth dimensional access, it is at dream time. When you see star centers, communications, like heard in the head, there's something about like they've worked together. That's come out a little bit more. They are quick to the candle quick. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack flew over the candlestick. Those type of things. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of posies. Those are old lore curses. Old curses to do on people. Alright. I was gonna say I barely sneeze, so when I'm sneezing, I'm like, okay, who is doing ill around me? Alright. What else does the universe want us to know? There's something about cement. There's something about construction. There's something about like a structure. It's a rock. An ROC down to hairline. Formidable, due, and be. There's something about building up rock formation. When you see this, like setting their course. I'm seeing business, I'm seeing like normal businesses. It's like it's normal business today. They're building their business, they're building their anything like community backup. But there's no messages. There's like nothing about this. It's odd. So when I look at it and I see intricacies in the industry of a build it down, but it comes in hard, there's something about like in crescent moon, and you see this archangel Gabriel, and then you see this spring and autumn. It will come in on like a spring of a step, because I'm seeing someone going, and then I see like bruises, nasty bruises. When I see this and I'm seeing loving elementals or something born, when you see this and you see the King of Roses, Will, Wisdom, and Mind, and King of Roses, like I came to give you a gift because you did really well, and you're like, I really don't feel comfortable with this, and you go, done. You're like, you're just done. We're tired of your shit. You know what I mean? So that is the kind of attitude in and out again in the communities. So what do? I heard it, I saw it, I felt it, I reported it. And that's all I can do. So there's something about up in the air. I feel that it's more climate. I feel it's more weather this week. I feel like there's something about bread. Is there a new type of bread coming out? When I see this and I see reflection, when I see Archangel Michael again coming in, when I see this and I see the muse, there's nothing humorous about it. When I look at it and I go, Uriel and the Sphinx, you couldn't even see it coming whatsoever. It is portrayed, so let's actually say, like, I got pulled right into Egypt. There's something about Gaza, there's something about Giza, there's something about the Leaning Tower of like Pisa, pizza, to like a dime a dozen to the bank, and pay it. Now, when you pay it, you can't see it through, but there's something about like 239. Now, when you actually do this and you go, there's something about this, and you go, it comes on quick and it is nasty feminine energy. We talked about this with this full moon, even though it was going to last 2 days. Why are we still talking about it like 5 days later? It's really not that hard. I feel it was a clear on out. So when I actually look through it, and you can't even believe how hard it was to get it done on it, you can't see it through. There's something about apprenticeship and learning and teamwork. When you see this and you go, there is like sudden heartache for the week coming up. There's something about like anxiety, like I can't just pay my bills right now. I gotta eat. What about Gaza? I'm trying to draw it out a little bit. There's something of like positive feminine energy. So let's actually like dig a little bit deeper. What about Gaza? What do we need about Egypt and Gaza and the Gaza Strip? There's still four. There's a number 39 and a number 29. And then like 44, be it be. Unrest, fly by night, weakness, unforeseen, not on the plane, more like a vertical, like a monolith. Something about like turbulent enforce, touching water like I'm seeing the clay pots. Something of a figuring out to an 8. They are not really good at this. They're not used to that in that area. There's a bit of a burden, but there is a type of recovery going on there. There's unfulfilled wishes. Is a bit of trickery of the mind. They're like showing the mind. They would show you like this to no logic, and then the kick up would happen. There's something about not sitting well or not sitting pretty out there. So Okay, so we're back. I'm so glad that you guys are still here. That was kind of odd for us to just all of a sudden just like black right out. But let's try this again. You couldn't even make it up. Let's keep going. What do they not want us to know? Because it was like a lack of a start all of a sudden. Excuse me. There's like a lot of people who need like Pepsi tonight. Imbalance of money. So I mean we literally could do it. I mean we're doing it well. There's something about like reading into it, looking into it, research. What about more education about they want to say health, but really there's something about like being known. Now when I look at this and I see there's something about completing like a contract or a cycle, like discontented families. They're really talking about. I feel like it's many families though. Disappointed loss. Why do we have to focus so much on Nancy Guthrie? Why? And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's really odd all week long. No matter how hard I tried, in each video, they literally went like, "There's something going on there." You can't believe it. What do we need to know? There's something about like a bird lesson of a burden. Like it's grotesque humor. Unrest. There's something of apathy. There's something of like discontent. There's something of like hard going. Again, like it came in quick at night, like between 5 and 9, and they were really unhappy. You can't make it up. It's like the news has been talking about this. There was recklessness. There was high dishonor. Like can't believe who it is. Actually, I can't even say it. Like I can't even say it. When I look at it, I go, they've done this before. You can't make it up. Highly counterintuitive to the Five of Wands, to the Queen of Cups. You have to say, like, where is it? I'm looking at it, everyone's going to be saying the same thing. Like, where is it? We've seen it before. I swear to God, we've seen this before. That's what I'm saying as a psychic. I can feel it. The Death card was so, like, it's like it's back. That's all you need to know. That's what I'm seeing as a psychic. All right. Now, with that being said, I was like, it's a mystery. It is a mystery. Grand Tableau. A Normand. What do we need to? Everyone's like, what do we need to see? What do we need to know? What does the American public need to focus on? I'd have to say, watch your retirements again. Like, it's so big about inheritance to the point of loss. So out here in Connecticut, you have to say it usually is 7 days grace to 7 years grace. So I would have to say, put that heart protector on your retirements and all of it now. Now, when you see this, you see the Six of Clubs, you go, there's something going on to it. There's something about a marriage and a contract. They work together, these individuals. Again, it's so point blank about endings. Wow. It's like, just shut up, just sit there and watch. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. They're gentlemen, like, I'm hearing pauper, like the Prince and the Pauper, to the Cocker Spaniel. When I see this ship has sailed. When I see this, I go, at night, like starry night, dusk till dawn, dawn of a matter. They come in like chivalry. They come in gentlemanlike. And when you look at this, you go, what else is there? Flower bouquet, diamonds to the spade. When I look at this, I go, book of resolutions and conflict. I'm like, is this national treasure? Can't even do that at all. Okay, let's go to the wood rooms. Living, living. They're like together. It is a hidden game. It is something like highly defensive that just ashes and torches you. Oh my gosh. And when you see it like at night, it causes havoc. But when you look at it like the joy in this, I have to say, you couldn't even make it up. Now, when I look at it, I go, the power of this like wheel of luck is like faded, but really the tiki torch gave it away. Strength, collecting, the freeze to the point of known, to the wealth, to the everything, the trolling out. The rolling stone gathers no moss. The gift and this. I feel like I'm sitting right there with that energy. That energy is so strong for me. Now, as it relates to like everything else, it's really hard to say. But let's actually try to get it out. What else do we need to know? There's something about heritage and culture in a state where you can't actually do it, and it's coming out. And I feel like it's more like this, like underground patriot movement, where you just can't get it done on, and you can't get it done because you know right there, and like, did you elevate or did you ascend or anything like that? And it really is hard, and you have to say, just it's adventure. Just say yes to change, and see the light by staying grounded because you got this cosmic ancestor that's just. And you know what I mean? And so I have to say, known is due. And when I look at it and I say, keep holding that vision, it really is there. The changes are right there, right in front of you, but they're following policies and procedures. Always know that legislature, like we've said before, and I've said before, it takes time. It's political. So 8 years ago, with Obamacare and all those things coming in through, it's finally hitting the table about marijuana reform. And when you look at it, it goes, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. It's true. So they set it out and they let it out. And now we have to figure out, like, okay, now we got to set it to CDC guidelines. and then we got to do a DPH, and then we have to do labeling. Why did it roll out that way? Now, there is something about softening to love and anger. There's a lot of anger in the public right now, and everyone has lost to a degree their right to speak. So you gotta let them run their mouth sometimes. Now, when you go to holding the opposite extreme of life, absolutely to this like healing water. So I'm like, well, I can just go to the spa to the like the salt, the bath, and I feel like I'll be okay. But technically, maybe they're on a heart medication or like they need Lasix or low sodium diet or anything like that, and maybe they shouldn't be around salt. You just don't know. You just don't know. I mean, it really is a wild card. Doors are opening, but the frequency and sound and diving deep, it goes absorbing what is not yours. Not really. Homesick for the stars, they haven't ascended yet, but they're gonna do well. So all you need to know with that movement, stay grounded in reality. Pace your body out. When you pace your body out, it's gonna be more realistic with the Shilajit, with the zeolite, with the graphene oxide removal, with the hydration, with the proper diet, and it really goes along with who you are. Now, I have to say, let's go to the gold tab. There's something about a walking away coming in this week that's a little bit deceitful. And we'll look more tomorrow on TikTok. There's something about, all like going on to it. When you see this, you go to the Empress of feminine energy is like at rest, which is really okay. It really is. Maybe this like new moon coming on, because let's check. Let's just double check. It should be within the next like 24, 48 hours, the new moon. On the 17th. Why do I feel like it's coming in now? Is solar eclipse. It's definitely felt on through. Like quick offerings for new job offers this week for anyone who's looking. As far as love, there's something I'm not really sitting right that came in right quick. It will cut away like fast about new love. When I look at it and I see there's this disappointment loss, it's okay. It really is. When I look at this and I see the devil, there's something about like this inhibition, like they just have to move on. They have to like move on right now, and they have to get it out of them. When I see this and I go, the Ten of Wands is difficulty and burden. There's something about certain like heartache coming in. I feel like it's more flu related. About heartstrings, flu related. There's something about grandiose thoughts. I feel like it's more political on both sides. There's something about bipartisan coming in. Deals and offers on the table. I feel like it's normal nuances. It was manifested, so it's old, it's new, and it's just coming on through on like political debate in the it's like legal and level. Now, when I look at this, there is happiness about it. It did come in as an incomplete cycle. It does have relief in it. It is something about counterintuitive, and there's something about highly dictative. I feel both sides are not going to like it at first. And when I look at it, I go, the Knight of Pentacles comes in and goes, yeah, there's something about this. And like, concrete contract. When I see this, it's going to cause a long pause to this like hard energy forward, the Chariot card, to justice, to confirm, like old ways, old thinking, old form coming back. Something about nostalgia and remembrances. All right, let's see, one more. Let's do the White Sage Tarot. I feel that's really all we're going to dig out tonight. Toxic masculinity, unfulfilled wishes. It was like an offering. When I see the King of Wands, when I see the Nine of Wands, see Nine of Wands, but it really is Nine of Swords. Going to give you anxiety about honorability. When you see this, you go Ten of Wands, the Hermit, Seven of Swords, right here. Isolation, solitude, logic, sitting well, completing a cycle. Spilt milk effect. All right. So I'd have to say, let's see, like anything else. Let's just try to get it together. Literally, you have to just sit and watch minute by minute to like hour by hour to like everything that will pay out. And I have to say, there's something about, this week, it was all about GYN. Next week is all about men's health. And then all of a sudden it's focusing on the children. And then you go, there's something to that right here. You can't make it up. So with that being said, I feel like the universe is micromanaging a little bit on the type of topics. And we'll just have to see as it goes. If I do, sorry for the interruption. It usually doesn't happen, but I do take it as a sign that something needed to have like a quick break or anything like that. I don't feel it's censorship. So with that being said, any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, a share. It's greatly appreciated, and we will talk to you soon.